Hello guys, you're welcome to level 3 of our character model, and we're going to proceed from where we stop. So now in your right view, we're going to count these numbers of vertices here. So select this and say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we have 16 vertices here. We'll say tab for object mode. Now we're going to bring in a cylinder. Shift A to bring in a cylinder. Go to mesh and bring in a cylinder. So before we activate that, we'll come to this point that we have add cylinder. Click on this arrow here and make this 16 vertices and say enter to OK that. So now what we'll do now, we'll select this and say S to scale uniformly. Move this way and we'll say S and Z to scale on the Z axis and say S to scale again. So we can now rotate this arrow to rotate and bring to this point and say arrow to rotate again. So we can bring this to this point and say S and Z just to scale it a little bit. So this is okay now. We can move this upward a little bit to this point. We can turn on our overlays, our wireframe, so we can see very well. Do that for here also. Go to overlays and turn your geometry wireframe. So I can select this now and move to this point. And I can rotate this also. Arrows to rotate. Just following our character reference. What I'll do now is say tab for edit mode and say Alt Z for wireframe. So we can either start from this side of our hand or the left view, the right view, or the front view. But let's start from the front view. Say Alt Z. Now we'll add one loop cut here. We can start from here first and say 3 for face selection. Select this face, select this face. Hold shift to select multiple faces and click delete on your keyboard. And say delete face. So now we can proceed. Say 2 for edge selection or Z. Hold Alt, select this edge. You can say G twice to move it to this point. And we say S to scale uniformly. And we say Ctrl arrow to add one cut here to this point here, and you can say S to scale that. In our character reference. So add one loop cut here, Ctrl arrow to add one loop cut here to this point, and see S to scale. Say Ctrl arrow to add one loop cut here also. I'm going to add one loop cut here again to this point and see S to scale. So hold Alt and select this here and see S to scale, following our character reference. So now I'll do Alt C again and add one more loop cut here. Control arrow to add one loop cut here and see S to scale is a bit. Okay, we can add one loop cut here again. See S to scale. Alt C now to see what we've done. Now we can come here also and make this some adjustment here. And if you watch, our character hand here is looking small. So now we can come here now and hold Alt, select this loop and say S and Y. Scale on the Y axis. Hold Alt and say S and Y. Scale on the Y axis. Select this loop, say S and Y. Scale on the Y axis. Alt Z. Select this loop and move the Y axis backward. Hold Alt, select this loop and move backward also. Select this loop and say S and Y. S and Y to scale. This is for our character hand now, and just push this backward a little bit. Take S and Y, scale this. We say this is for our character hand, and now we're going to make some extrusion for the shoulder and join this to this hand. So what we'll do next is very simple. We tap for edit for object mode. So select our character body and turn off subdivision surface first, and say tap for edit mode. Say 1 for vector selection, and I'm going to rotate this. I say 2 for edge selection, and say arrow to rotate. So I want to rotate this loop here. Rotate this loop like this, this direction. So 1 for vector selection, say on Z. So I'll select all these vectors here and move to this point. That point. So we have something looking like this, which is nice. We can come to our view here and bring this down also. Select this and say G twice and bring this down also. Bring this down also. Select all these vectors. Upward a little bit. So what we'll do now, we'll say tap for object mode. So now I'll select this and move to this point, move backward to this point. So on Z. Okay, now so what I'll do, I'll select this and hold shift and select this body and say Ctrl J on my keyboard to join. And now I joined, and now this hand is mirrored in this region because we've already applied the mirror modifier to our character body already. So now I'm going to select this and say flat. Right click and say shade flat. So I can say tap for edit mode, 2 for edge selection. Can select this edge here, this loop here, hold Alt to select this, and hold Shift and Alt and select this loop here. So I will right click and I'll come to bridge edge loops. So now this one now bridge with this edge. So I'll say 1 for vector selection or C, so I can make some amendments here. Of course, I can take Ctrl R to add one loop cut here. And I can say go for proportional editing and select this and increase my proportional editing a little bit so I can work on the shoulders of my character. Select from here also and bring this down and select all this and try to adjust my character hand also. So I can turn it off by clicking O again to turn proportional editing off, and so now I can make some movements, G twice to move these vectors. So we have something that is wrong here, so we can work on this loop here. But for what I will do is very simple. Let's select this and say G twice to move a little bit, G twice, to work on the armpit of our character, G twice, press downwards, have a demarcation of our shoulder here, which is nice. Of course, Control R again to add one loop here. Hold on, select this loop and say G twice to move. And hold on, select this loop and say G twice to slide. See one for vector selection. So now we can see how we can work on our character armpits here and see what we can move downwards. And G twice to move those vertices. Select this and say G twice to move. And let's move this downward a little bit, which is okay for us now. And if you've done that, that's nice. So I don't like this edge looking like this. I'll say 2 for edge selection. I'll select this edge and say delete on my keyboard and say dissolve edge. I don't like that cut here. I can select this also and say delete and say dissolve edge. Say 1 for vector selection. So I now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vectors here, so I can see how I can work on that. So what I'll do next is very simple. I'll say Control arrow and decide to add one loop cut here. I'll say Control arrow to add one loop cut here. So I'll say 2 for edge selection. So I'll select these 2 and say delete and say dissolve edge. I'll say 1 for vector selection and say K to cut and see if I can cut. Say enter, say K again to cut to this region. So we still have some problems here also. So we still have this to deal with. So what I'll do next, I'll do Ctrl C back. Not if we need that loop. We don't need that loop. Do Ctrl C back. So what I'll do now, Ctrl Z back. So now for us to solve this now, let's see how we can add one loop cut here like this. Add one loop cut like this. Now we'll say K and cut to this point and say enter. This is okay now. Cut like this. So we still solve this problem in a very, very simple way. So problem solving in 3D modeling is very, very important to know how to solve some challenges and some problems also. Some headaches that you find out in 3D modeling. So try to adjust your character and always shape your character body within your reference at any point in time. So we can set our character reference properly. 3 for right view. We can come to our front view and preview our character. So we can add one loop cut here. I'm going to add one loop cut here. Necessary. So I'm going to add one loop cut here also. So what we'll do next, we'll come down and turn on shade smooth. We'll say tab for object mode. Let's see our character. So right click and say shade smooth, and we have some errors here because of the wedding of those 2 edges. So we can fix this. If you have something like this, don't need to panic about it. Say tab for edit mode and say 3 for face selection and say A on your keyboard to select all. And what we'll do, we'll come to this page that we have mesh. Come to mesh, select mesh and go to normals, select normals and go to recalculate outside. So this is nice. So we'll solve that problem now, and we can now shape our character hand also. So select this and say tab for edit mode, 2 for edge selection, or C for wireframe, and let's see what we can do with our character hand also. So we can select this. So this is going to be for the elbow, this bone for the elbow. Say S to scale. Select this group and say S to scale uniformly. Or select this and say S to scale. Or C again. And Control arrow to add on cut here. And we can say S to scale a little bit. And we can take that out. So Control Z back to remove them. We don't need that loop cut there. So let's leave it this way. And let's say tab for edit mode. Let's see one for vector selection. Turn on proportional editing. And let's say O. That's the shortcut. And let's push this forward a little bit. Bring that forward a little bit for the chest. So this is okay now. So what we do next is to create our character hand and our character leg. Okay, but before we create our character hand and the legs, the feet, first of all, let's join the head to the body. Let us attach the head to the body. So we'll turn off proportional editing first, and right click and say shade flat. Do the same. Right click, say shade flat, and turn off proportional editing. So what we do next now is very simple now, and we're going to turn on our wireframe back, which is turned on already. So we'll say Alt Z now. Mind us, our character is in symmetry, so we're following this line. So this line shares the whole half of our character. So if I turn this off now, so we see half of our character's face. If I select these two and turn this off, we just see only half of our character. So what we'll do now, we'll select this and say tab for edit mode, say Alt Z. Now come to our right view also and say tab. So we'll select this first and say tab for edit mode, say Alt Z. So I can hold Alt, select this and say delete. To delete that vector is here, I don't need it. So I just need this one to join with this one. So what I will do next is come to this region and ensure that this is straight. So I love the way this is very straight on symmetry, which is nice. And so what we can do now, I can select this, or I select my character face first. I can select the body and off and delete the mirror modifier and say remove modifier from my character's body. So what I'll do next, I'll select the character body and hold shift and select my character face, and I'll say Ctrl J to join. So when I turn on my face symmetry, it just rhymes with my character body. So now if I turn on my subdivision surface, everything smooths at the same time. So I'm going to turn this off first. So what I'll do now, say tab for edit mode. So now I can now start joining these vertices together. First of all, we start with this one first, and hold shift, select this and say M to word, and we can say at last. Select this and hold shift, select this and say M to word at last. Select this and this also, and say M to word at last. To continue the process, you can say at center, M to word at center. Say at center, because they are very close, so we can read at center. select this also at center and wedge at center also. We can come in our right view and make some few adjustments here. Turn on proportional editing. Say Alt Z. You can see if there be any mistake. You can just do some tweaking here. G twice to move this. You can come and move this. Try to move some vectors. So one front view, and I think this is nice in the front view. You can say Alt Z for wireframe. So let's add one loop cut again. Control arrow to add that loop cut here. And we're going to move on the X axis. Push downwards a little bit. Expand this region like this, which is nice. Select this. And expand. Alt Z again. Now come to our right view and see if we can make any changes. This is okay now. Now say tag, so we are done with that. We can turn on our proportional, our subdivision surface modifier, and now we can turn off our wireframe. So we can see we're going to right click and say shade smooth. So these are our character body joint to the neck. So we can have some issues here. Say tap for edit mode. Move these vectors this way. Be very straight. Tap for object mode again. Proportional editing, and let's move this back a little bit. So you can select this also and make some tweakings here. See Control arrow also to add one loop cut here. But adding that loop cut might give us line. So let's see how it looks like first. It's not obvious here. This is simple 3D character body. It can be used for game or animation movie. Or Z. Now select this now and say turn this off first and say G twice to move that loop. Say G twice to move this, just to spread these vectors. This is good now, and let's see the stance we are now. So G twice to move this inwards a little bit. Select this and say G twice to move inwards a little bit. Say G twice to move this a little bit. Say G twice to move. Select this 3 and say G twice to move downwards. Just ensure to move some vectors at any point in time. we are done with our character body, and in the level 4 we're going to be modeling the leg, the feet, our character leg, and our character hand, and the clothes. So thanks for staying tuned, thanks for watching, and please kindly hit the subscribe button, share, make comments, ask questions, and like. So thank you for following up.